The monitors flicker, then stabilize. Thousands of lines of code begin to cascade down the screens like digital rain. Sierra's eyes widen. Scott, this is bigger than insurance. This is bigger than cars. She pulls up a map of the United States. It is covered in millions of tiny, pulsing red dots. Each dot is a person. They are not just buying driving data. They have linked it to medical records, grocery receipts, even smart home thermostats. They are using the car's GPS to see where you shop, then raising your premium if you buy too much red meat or heart medication. Addie leans over the desk, her face grim. They are building a risk score for every human being in the country. If you do not fit their perfect mold, they price you out of existence. The counter-strike. I have seen enough. I say, stepping into the center of the room. We do not just leak this to the press. We give the power back. Denise looks up from her tactical tablet. What are you thinking? Scott. Sierra. Can you use this core to send a kill command to the tracking modules? Not just for our client, but for every car linked to this hub. Sierra smirks, a dangerous glint in her eyes. I can do better. I can broadcast a firmware update that encrypts the user's data locally. The companies will still see the car, but the data will be gibberish to them. Only the owner will have the key. Do it. I command. The final stand. As Sierra hits the enter key, the server core screams, its fans spinning at a deafening pitch. On the monitors, the red dots across the map start turning green, one by one, like a wave of freedom washing over the country. Suddenly, the den's perimeter alarms start wailing. Junior checks the exterior cameras. We have got company. 6 black SUVs. And they are not here to negotiate this time. I look at my team. George is grabbing a heavy torque wrench. Junior is prepping the pneumatic lifts. Addie and Denise are flanking the side entrances. Sierra is still focused on the upload. Let them come, I say, stepping toward the garage door. They think they own the data, but they forgot one thing. In this den, we own the hardware. The garage door begins to rise, the floodlights cutting through the dark Oklahoma night. I step into the light, ready to finish what we started. The high-intensity floodlights from the den cut through the Oklahoma mist, blinding the agents as they spill out of the black SUVs. They are dressed in tactical gear, but they are not soldiers. They are corporate enforcers, and they have underestimated who is behind these doors. The siege of the den. Scott. They are breaching the north perimeter. Denise's voice crackles over the shop intercom. She is upstairs in the loft, using the security monitors to direct our defense like a grandmaster on a chessboard. Junior. George. Hit the magnets. I roar. Junior slams a massive industrial lever. The diagnostic den is not just a garage. It is a fortress. Hidden electromagnets under the concrete driveway hum to life with a bone-shaking vibration. We hear the clack-clack-clack of tactical gear, sidearms, and even the SUVs themselves getting pinned to the ground. The lead agent tries to draw his weapon, but it is stuck to his hip like it is welded there. Nice touch, kid. George grunts, tossing a heavy wrench between his hands. Old school meets magnets. I like it. The digital duel. Inside, the server core is glowing a dull cherry red. Sierra's fingers are a blur. 10 seconds until the firmware update is global. They are trying to counter-hack from their satellite link. Suddenly, the lights in the den flicker. The screens turn blood red. A voice booms over our own speakers. The same distorted, digitized growl. You are stealing billions in intellectual property. Scott, you think you are a hero. You are a thief. I step toward the main console, looking right into the camera lens. I am not stealing anything. I am returning property to its rightful owners. The people own their lives, not your algorithms. Sierra. Bypass their satellite. Addie commands, her eyes tracking the data flow. Denise. They are trying to manual override the garage doors. The breakout. The heavy steel doors groan, fighting against the motors. One of the agents has managed to crawl to the manual release. I got this, Junior says, sliding a modified pneumatic jack across the floor. He wedges it into the door track and fires. Boom. The jack expands with enough force to twist the steel, locking the door shut permanently. Nobody is getting in. And nobody is getting out. Upload complete. Sierra screams, throwing her hands in the air. On the giant wall map, the last of the red dots across the country snap to a bright, vibrant green. Millions of cars, millions of homes, and millions of lives just went dark to the corporate trackers. The aftermath. Outside, the humming of the magnets fades. The agents realize the game is up. Their comms are dead. Their data is gone. And the police sirens called in by Denise minutes ago are echoing in the distance. The SUVs scramble to retreat, leaving deep gouges in our driveway as they flee into the night. Inside the den, the silence is heavy. The server core finally goes dark, its cooling fans slowing to a stop. We all stand there, the old team and the new, breathing hard, covered in grease and sweat. George walks over to Junior and claps him on the shoulder. Not bad for a rookie. Addie looks at Denise and Sierra. We did it. We actually did it. I walk to the center of the garage, looking at the monitors showing the news already starting to break. Headlines about a global data reset are popping up everywhere. We won the battle, I say, looking at my team. But the insurance industry does not just give up. They will rebrand. They will regroup. And they will come back with a new way to squeeze the public. I pick up my favorite vintage toolkit and set it on the bench. But as long as we are here, the equalizers are open for business. The lights dim on the stage as I tip my cap to the audience. The story is not over. It is just the beginning of a new era. What is the next case on the desk? Scott. The lights on the stage begin to brighten, and I step forward, dropping the equalizer persona for a moment to speak directly. Listen. That story was an adventure, a what-if scenario born from my 16 years in the industry. But while the helicopter escapes and electromagnetic driveways are make-believe, the core of that story, the data tracking, that is very real. The reality check. In 2026, your car is essentially a smartphone on wheels. Modern vehicles are packed with sensors and connected services that can track driving habits, location history, and even biometrics. Companies often bundle this data and sell it to data brokers, who then pass it along to insurance providers. They use it to build a profile of you that could lead to higher premiums, even if you have never had an accident. Is a new car worth it? Buying new in 2026 is a double-edged sword. You get the best safety tech, full warranties, and better efficiency, but you also get the most connected car ever built. It is worth it if you value safety and reliability, but only if you are willing to manage your own data. What to look out for? Read the Connected Services Agreement. Use the Privacy Portal. Disable smart driver scoring. Ask the dealership how to disable telematics sharing. Use external resources like vehicleprivacyreport.com. The truth is, we should not have to fight this hard just to keep our privacy. I say, looking back at the dens, but until the laws catch up to the technology, you have to be your own advocate. Keep your eyes on the road, but keep an even closer eye on who is watching you drive. I tip my hat one last time. Drive safe out there. The den is always open if you need us.
Welcome to my channel, and remember to like and subscribe.